episode of Candid Kaya. Today I am doing an exclusive candid conversation with my ladies. Hey ladies!
Yes!
All right, we're answering all the good questions coming up next. Stay tuned. So, first on the list we have Nakeisha. She is a former pro cheerleader and a reality TV star. She is also my twin sister.
Hey.
Next we have Annsleigh. She is a content curator.
Hey girl.
Right here we have Bryana.
Hey.
She is a corporate entrepreneur. And next we have Sierra, former pro cheerleader and actress. All right, so let's get into it, guys.
Yes.
So ladies, first question. What do you feel about making the first move?
I have no problem with it. I do it every day.
Okay.
I will shoot my shot.
Okay.
Why not?
Well,
Go ahead.
yeah.
You go.
Well, for me, I feel like I can do a little flirting, but just to signal to the guy that I'm interested, but I would prefer him to come up to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say I agree with Bryana. Like sometimes you have to shoot your shot because some guys are intimidated, so they're not always going to come up to you. Now I'm not going to just give you my number and everything, but I'm going to at least signal that I'm somewhat interested. So if you can take hint of that signal, then we can get some things going.
Okay, that's real. I think that it depends on the night and the atmosphere. So sometimes I'll go out and be like, tonight if I see a cute dude, I'm going to make the move. Other nights, I just like to put myself in the space and provide the opportunity. If I see you at the bar, I might go get a drink and just stand there, you know, and see what's good. Other times, I might buy you a drink.
Oh, what's that?
I've done that before. I've done it before. Like, what are you drinking? Okay, and I bought the drink, and I was like, well, you know, I think you're cute. Whatever. And we dated for like a little bit of a while.
So what I hear is y'all ain't never scared.
Skirt? No, it's a company group.
Yeah.
We ain't skirt. We're not skirt.
Let's see. So what do you guys do in situations when you are approached by someone you're not interested in?
Honestly, I think it's unfortunate that sometimes we have to lie in order to get a dude to understand that we're not interested. No should just be no. But I have to do the whole I have a boyfriend ordeal. Like if I say no, I don't want to reject you and hurt your ego, but at the same time, I don't want to waste your time.
Right. I have to just thank them for the compliment and say no. It's a no for me. Yeah, I thank them. Thank you. I appreciate you coming over and taking the time to, introduce yourself, but it's a no for me, dog.
I do that. Let me get your Instagram.
Oh, it's IG.
Okay.
Because I'm not trying to
No
follow
phone
them.
number.
They might follow you.
I'm not trying to follow extra people. But I would say, I either will just stare at my phone.
Oh my God.
Or just ignore.
They be like, hey.
Yeah. And then keep saying stuff. I'll be like, so how are you doing? Or try to act like I'm talking on the phone because I don't know what to say. I don't want to be rude, but I don't necessarily want to be nice because I don't want you to get the wrong impression.
Right.
Why do y'all think y'all are single? That's a great question.
That's a great question.
I think I'm single more so, I think it's a multitude of reasons. I think I'm meant to be focusing on myself right now because, you have to have yourself all the way together and be where you want to be before you can even bring someone else into the equation. And I don't have time for distractions. And so also I think with the people, I kind of need to change my type a little bit.
Okay, that's good.
I'm learning that my way ain't working for me.
Oh, come on.
And mainly because I haven't found anyone that wanted to be in a true relationship. They all want situationships, or they just want to deal with you when they want to. And I don't have time for, fair weather people in my life. So that's why I'm currently single, according to me.
Okay.
Yes.
Annsleigh?
So I often, people ask me, why are you single? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm perfect. It's like, right. But I think that when I really think about it, that I often am drawn to men who have like issues with necessarily affection or emotional issues in their ability to open up emotionally. And I think because I'm so emotional, I like caring for people like that, and that's a mistake.
Yes.
So I have to find people who are equally as emotional and affectionate as I am, because then you'll just be pouring into that person that can't pour back into you. So I think that's where I mess up, is that I am naturally attracted to people who battle with expressing themselves emotionally, because I want to show them how to love, how to come on, it's fun, like da. And you got to be able to want to do that on your own. So I think that's one of the reasons. And like Nakeisha mentioned, situationships are the wave right now, and I am banning myself from all situationships forever.
Right.
Okay.
Banned Wakanda.
It don't matter. Same thing. Power.
All right. What about you, Bryana?
I believe that I'm single right now because I am, trying to find myself. And so really, I just learned this. Annsleigh can attest more so. I really don't think it's in my best interest at this moment to be focused on trying to pair up with somebody when I don't have, my whole self together. And so, like Nakeisha said, you can't be distracted. And a lot of times, men do become a distraction for what you're trying to do, for you trying to find you and things of that nature. So, yeah, I'm just now newly out here living my best life, getting all the way together. Glow up 2018.
That's so good.
I
I love it. Well, honestly, for me, I would say I'm kind of single by choice. I have dated, since I've been here in Atlanta. I've had some good ones and I've kind of had some bad ones. But for me, it's kind of like more of a spiritual journey. So within the last year or so, I made some personal changes for myself, and some commitments to myself that I said, going into my next relationship, I'm going to stay faithful to what I believe in. And if the guy cannot meet me there, then, he's really not the one for me. Mm-hmm. So until I can get someone that's like equally yoked with what I'm doing as far as my journey, then I'll be single. So that's kind of what it is for me. But lately, it's been, you better watch out. They've been coming around.
They always come.
They've been coming around. So it's like, then too, like when you're not focusing on like, I need a relationship or I need to be with this guy or whatever, they'll just pop up out of nowhere, So.
Okay, I guess we're going to be on the watch out for all y'all.
Yes. I think it's coming.
Yes.
All right, y'all. So, who got a type? Okay,
then. I do like the professional man, but I like the guy who is still down to earth, who likes to travel and who would go to like a hiking little adventure with me, maybe a yoga or something, but then who's still down to like, I don't know, go to the winery or something. A mix, So, but I do like a professional guy though.
All right.
Yeah.
So to play off professional, I like a corporate thug. Kind of like, similar to Ghost from Howard. Like, like professional, but like he can be in the streets. I don't know why I like that. I think it's a turn on, like for real for me, because I don't know. But yeah, someone that's professional, but you street smart as well. Like I like that. It's a mix of both worlds.
All right.
Yeah.
I always say that I don't have a type. I know that's so cliche.
Sound like a man.
I'm just open to good vibes and good energy, but I do have a particular guy that I may seemingly always date. I like the combination, like Bryana said, street smarts and book smarts. Perfect combination. I love guys that are adventurous and into music and art.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Creative.
Not to sound like the typical cliche, but since I am an athlete myself, I am drawn to people with athletic spirits.
Yeah.
They don't have to be like a pro football player, but I mean, you have to have played a sport at some point in your life. Not professionally, but even in high school, because to me, that shows me that you're athletic, that you're passionate about something, and that you probably are in decent shape. So
I can relate. Nakeisha.
So that's my type. And I do want someone that is financially secure, because my biggest goal when I am with someone is I want to be able to live. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, well, let me write a Excel spreadsheet budget because we can't go out to eat this week. I want just someone that's like, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, let's have fun. Let's just do it. What do you want to do? We got it. So you want that freedom to do whatever. Yeah, I want the freedom to do whatever. All right, ladies, so now I want to get some of your advice. All right, so Annsleigh, what is your advice on balancing work while looking for a relationship?
So yes, I will say that it's very difficult to me sometimes because the field that I'm pursuing is a creative industry. So it's not really structured in hours. So like every day, like Monday through Sunday, I try to do something toward my goal. So it's like if I carve out time to hang with you, then it's very important. So it's like I think the way in which you balance both is actually carving out time and scheduling out time and planning in advance. Like literally, if you don't tell me about a date the week before, we probably aren't gonna go. Like I need to know at least like 5 days. Yeah.
I agree.
Cause I need to know like, okay, I'm leaving work, I gotta get dressed, gotta get showered, gotta get cute, gotta, you know, am I not working out today because I'm going out on a date?
Exactly.
Like, you know, it has to be within your personal, and your personal schedule. So I think the way to balance is making sure you're carving out time for people that are important and not wasting your time on people you know you're not gonna like. So I stopped, you know, being like, I'm hungry, I'm just gonna get this meal.
Yeah.
I had to stop doing that.
No shade. Stop doing that.
No shade to anyone that I got a meal from.
Like,
it was great. I had a ball. I had to stop just going on dates just because I was being asked. I had to sit and reassess and be like, am I actually interested in this person? And do I see something with this person? If not, I got to tell you straight up because I don't have time. So don't waste your time on people that, you know, you can go out and get a feel for somebody, but if you know off that, like, I'm not going to never let you do it. Yeah, I'm not going to be attracted to you as you're attracted to me. And don't waste your time because you don't have time to waste. Because you could be doing something else.
Right. All right, Bryana. So what is your advice to women who are settling because they think they found the best they can get?
There's always better.
Just
kidding. Honestly, don't settle. Put yourself first. Like, these guys will come and go. Like, make sure that you put yourself first because there is always better. Like, if you're not totally happy or you're just worried that you're never going to find a man, that's not true because God would not do that to you. There is an Adam for every Eve out here on this earth. So if you're in a relationship right now and you feel like, oh, I'm only with him because everybody else is in one, or, oh, I'm 29 and I need to be married by 31, don't do that because you're going to be unhappy. You'll be divorced next year. And honestly, just take your time, vet people out. Don't settle. Just wait until you're happy and you're 100% sure that that's like the right guy for you. We have no questions about it. Go with it. Okay.
All right.
That's good.
All right, so Keisha, what is your advice on how to meet good quality men? I would say you definitely have to put yourselves in the environment to meet those type of people. Now, I wouldn't say an app is the way to go because, again, people are hiding behind screens. So if you want to meet a good quality man, maybe go to a networking event, maybe go to your work functions or something like that. Or maybe listen to your friends. I feel like your friends are like God's voices. So if they're trying to tell you something about someone, maybe you could be like, oh, well, she did mention him because she probably mentioned him for a reason more than you know. But don't think like going out, no. Like you're not about to meet hubby at the club. I mean, you can, but I feel like when people go out, there's two different intentions. Women go to enjoy themselves and men go to pick up girls. So I wouldn't say that's an ideal place. I would try to stick with the more professional environments if you want to be a professional man. All right.
That sounds good to me.
All right, Sierra. So what is your advice to women in their late 20s, early 30s who are feeling that pressure to be on the track to marriage?
Don't rush it. I've never been married before, but I feel like the position I am in now at 31, and being single and dating at this point, I'm happy. I'm comfortable. You still have some time to work on yourself and develop your career and, your family, your friendships, all like that. I feel like if you can make that solid and mold that into something really good, then when the guy comes, then you're a whole person. So then you're ready, you know, instead of going in, you know, blindsided, half done, you know, you ain't even cooked all the way yet. So when you go in as a full person, as a whole person, then life is a little bit easier. Some people feel the pressure of society and their families, like jumping into relationships, not knowing or talking about the time clock and all that. Right. Look, I do Pilates and I eat good. My body is fine, okay? Your body is fine. Granted, you know, when you later in the 30s, okay, you can't stop, you know, your natural womanly body. You can't stop that from changing. But at the same time, I feel like you shouldn't be pressured to jump into a relationship because you're in your late 20s or early 30s. You shouldn't be. So I think you should wait.
Okay. Yeah. So you all, last question is going to be finish my sentence, and that will conclude today's interview or conversation, shall I say? Okay. And it is, I want single women to know that
their knight in shining armor is still out there, and to not fret and be upset or worried about a man. Focus on yourself, focus on your career, focus on your family and friends, and the love that you want and desire will come to you.
All right. Good.
I would like single ladies to know that you are enough. You don't need a man to complete you, and you shouldn't be out here looking for someone to complete you because you can complete yourself. So you are enough. Yes.
All right.
I would like all my single ladies to know that self-worth is very important and super valuable to the relationship that you'll eventually one day be in. You have to be full of self, like so full that you can pour to somebody else. Like, literally, it's okay to be cocky and full of yourself. And because you have to overflow into a whole nother human being, you know? So that's like a lot of energy. And I will also want single women to know that you are still finding yourself, completing yourself to be the other half of another person. So just work on yourself to be that full person. And it's okay. You don't have to be perfect. You are perfect as you are. I think a lot of times women beat themselves up like, I'm not this and I'm not that. Sure. That's why I'm not attracting this type of guy. And no, you're perfect for who you're supposed to attract. Okay.
I will say I want single ladies to know that better is before you, not behind you.
Come on, sermon.
Right. Baptist Church.
Shout out.
But it is before you if you really think about it, because people always want to say, oh, I wonder if he was the one or if my ex was it. But if he was, he would be it. He's not. So that's what I would say. Also, I would say that sometimes I know I personally struggle with if I feel somewhat rejected in any way. So, but I had to really realize that rejection is sometimes your protection. Because if you had got in with them and started dating them, then you would have been way worse off than you thought you were already. So that's my advice.
Come on, church.
All right, well, ladies, give yourself a round of applause. You know, we might be single right now, but like Keisha said, better is before us.
Yes.
We thank you all for tuning in, and stay tuned for our next Candid Conversation.